Now, I wouldn't have thought of this as being paranormal, as it's something that I've always thought was me going a bit crazy. A lot of people I know have blamed it on drug use, mental health, etc. But I've been seeing this since I was a baby, and the only people who believe me are my mom and dad, separated for context later on, because they've seen it too, but only in one house. I want to know what people think about what it could be, because I have no idea what it is, but a few people I've spoke to say it's some sort of demon. I'll be honest, it scares the shit out of me, and I want to find out how to get rid of it, if possible. So my mom refuses to speak of this now, but my dad, when I spoke to him, would tell me everything. I used to live in a small cottage in the UK, and there were a lot of houses in my town that was very old and had a lot of history. Well, after a month in this cottage, my mom and dad start having things moved, cold feelings, nightmares of loved ones being hurt, killed, seeing Shadow Man around the house, etc. Shadow Man is a tall black or dark shadow who seems to like messing with people rather than causing them actual harm. My grandma on my dad's side told me that it got worse, but wouldn't tell me what. But it ended in them leaving after 6 months with me as a newborn, 3 to 4 months. My mom and dad seem to have been free of this Shadow Man. However, I have seen it throughout my whole life. Even as an adult now, I get scared just thinking about it, and it can have me in tears. I normally see it dart across my vision in doorways and windows, in the background quite often, and sometimes in the corner of the room. Luckily, there has been another spirit, I think, that seems to keep me safe. This one is a faceless woman, normally in white. I can feel her facial features, but not see them. I see her in my dreams. I can also feel her touch me a lot. I have only seen her in real life once, and it was when I was a kid. This is a sighting that made me fear him the most. I was young and in bed, and woke up with the biggest feeling of dread to this day I've ever felt in my life. I looked out the window, and the Shadow Man was smiling and waving and knocking on the window. I turned around to see the woman hanging from the roof. I could see her face, but her body was disfigured. I went into my parents' room, who after this didn't let me sleep in my own room for 2 weeks. They also told me it was a bad dream, but I don't believe it, and my dad gave me a few details later on, but left before I was old enough to hear the whole story. I don't really know what's going on, but I feel like this causes a lot of problems in my life, especially with my head. Does anyone know what this is, and if so, how to get rid of it? Thank you for reading my post. Update. I have spoken to a few people, and someone suggested using a Ouija board. Might do this tonight after work. Thank you for all of your helpful replies. A friend of mine recently told me about this mate who has witnessed an apparition of a woman dressed in black. He was walking around the forest when he spotted her standing in the middle of the road, not moving at all. He got extremely scared and he ran to his car, which was close by. And even when he was going away, the woman was still not moving at all. Also, apparently, when his friend got into the car, from what I heard, the place where he was taking a walk was a village, which was burned down by Nazis during the Second World War, and its inhabitants were all killed. One time, this humanoid figure running in the wooded areas. I have no idea what this could be, or if I am in any danger. Over the past year or so, I've seen a tall, probably about 7 to 8 foot, black humanoid figure running in wooded areas and especially fields surrounded by trees about several times. It runs at superhuman speeds, so I've never made out any features aside from tall and humanoid. I always feel super uneasy when I see it, and the first time it was running in the same way I was driving, and I felt such a primal fear that I stepped on the gas and sped home as quickly as possible. I always see it within 20 miles of my house in rural Minnesota, which is also surrounded by woods. Any idea what this could be or what it might want?